Thank you, guys. Let's start. So the topic here today is skill games. It's a wide topic. I'll try to cover like a very short summary of that today. We'll closely cover the growth, the opportunities, and the challenges associated with it. Okay. The term skill gaming. We'll talk about it, what it is, what it means, how it works in mobile gaming. But before that, let's understand the agenda here. Oh, I'll have to. Okay. We'll give you a little bit of quick introduction because we have lost some time. Evolution of business models in the mobile gaming, how skill gaming fits into the business models, what skill gaming are, how do we make money, is it gambling, who plays these games, what are the target audience. We'll also talk about the opportunities, advantages, and challenges about this. Quick introduction. My name is Priyank Badkul. I come from India. I live in Warsaw, and I work as a VP of products in Tripledot. Tripledot is, I'll cover the introduction about that, but before that, I've been working in the game since last, I would say, 17, 18 years. It started much before 2010, but some worthy of the games that I worked on is I was the first person to bring official Formula One game on mobile platforms in 2010, followed by I worked on one of the most successful bingo game in the world. It's called Bingo Bash. Then I came to Poland. I worked with 10 Square Games here for a short period of time, working on some fishing games, followed by Huge Games, very popular name in Poland. Was working as a head of product there in a coffee break games division. And now I'm working in Tripledot as a VP of products. What Tripledot does is, very quick introduction. We started in 2017. And as of today, the valuation of the company is about $1.4 billion. We recently secured some more fundings. We are about 400 people in global 5 locations. London, Warsaw, Barcelona, Minsk, Jakarta, and actually 6, and Los Angeles. And we are the makers of at least 3 of the highest, basically, top games in the US chart: Sudoku, Triple Tile, Solitaire. As a company, we received many, many awards. And just yesterday, we received another award from Financial Times that we are the fastest growing company in Europe. And we are the #1 company in that. Skipping very quickly to the third thing. As a company, we are divided into 4 pillars. The first pillar is the Tripledot, is working on casual games, the games that I mentioned, Triple Tile, Solitaire, Sudoku. You can play, these are casual games. The second company is in the group is Live Play Mobile. It's a very, very innovative combination of live action entertainment merged with bingo. So basically, you can install a game on a mobile with a live host in the real time. You can play a bingo game. The third one is Touch 10 Games, which is working on the IAP-based games, more casual games. And the fourth one that I'm going to represent today is the Fortune business, which is about cash games. Please remember this term, cash games, very associated with the skill games. Let's move to the monetization model. A little bit of historical. Let me take you back to the history of mobile games and how the monetization model evolved. Historically, we were seeing that initially there used to be premium games, like you had to pay to install the game, you had to pay to buy the games, basically, or subscription games like arcade games. From that age, we moved on to the freemium world where installing the game was always free. But if you wanted to have more additional value, more fun, you had to pay for that in the form of in-app purchases. Or if it is free, you had to watch ads to continue your fun factor. And later on, basically, it converted into hybrid monetization as well, where the games are a combination of IAP plus ads. This is recent. But very, very recently, the new hot topic in the town basically is in the mobile gaming world, or even in the any kind of gaming world, is play to earn. Anybody who hasn't heard about this term yet? Play to earn. All of us heard about it, right? Play to earn category is now further dividing into 3 subcategories. 1, skill gaming that I'll talk about today. 2, blockchain gaming. A lot of people are trying to make, like, basically take the use of blockchain technology to make the free to play to earn games. And the third one is, which is already very popular, especially in the Asian and the US market, is cash tournaments in esports world. So let's put a little bit focus on skill gaming, which is this one, and learn what skill gaming is. The moment you talk about skill gaming, the question comes in, okay, any game which requires skill is a skill gaming, then what is the difference? The difference here is, number one, these are also known as casual esports, cash tournaments, mobile cash tournaments. Two or more people on these games of similar skills, I'm underlining that, can challenge each other in a game of skill for a cash reward. That means the qualification of these games are, first of all, the game has to be a game of skill. Two people challenging each other should be of a similar skill level. And three, when they win a competition, when they play a competition and one of them wins the competition, there is an element of cash reward. These are the three important elements of skill gaming. Cool. And the third one, basically, the result of the tournament has to be determined by the skill of the player, and there should not be any element of chance. If there is any element of chance, then this is not skill gaming. That somewhere combines, then there is a blur line between gambling, betting, and skill gaming. So somebody who wants to get into skill gaming, they have to basically follow these three rules. Cool. We are good on time, right? Perfect. Okay. A little bit of core loop about the skill gaming and the cash games. Players come to the app, they deposit real dollars into the game, like IAP, right? When they deposit real dollar, they have choices in the form of, basically, the game provides the choices of what kind of tournament do you want to play. The tournaments are divided into different entry fees. And players choose their entry fee and start a cash tournament. The moment you start the cash tournament, the company, the service provider, the platform provider, like we do, has to ensure that the competition that you are getting into is among the similarly skilled players as you. Initially, all players start at the same level, but from there, based on your winning and your losing position, it's the similar. I don't know how many of you know about the chess rating model, the ELO-based rating model, or true skill rating models. There are a few rating models around it, right? So we have to ensure that you are ranked, you are match-made against similarly skilled players. When you are match-made against it, you play a tournament, and the winner of the tournament wins cash prizes. Until here, everything more or less is similar to the casual games. But here, you have the opportunity to withdraw your cash to your bank account. That is possible only if you are allowed as a skill gaming in the segment. Any questions here? Great. Let's move to the next part. How do skill games? So basically, on this slide, there can be two questions in your mind. Sorry. One, if it includes cash, is it still not gambling betting because I am playing for a game, for a cash, and I'm putting some money and I'm winning some money? Why is it not gambling? Why is it not betting? It's betting, right? I'll answer that question. And the second question is, if players are bringing money and somebody is winning the money and they're taking the money, how does the company earn the money, right? So the answer is here. How does the company earn the money? Let's take it by an example. Players, as I said, they bring cash to the system, they deposit cash, they start the tournament of their choices. For example, here in this, two players started a tournament of two players. That is a player versus player game. Both of them deposit, basically, both of them paid an entry fee of $1 each. Okay, player one, player two, both of them brought $1 each. Together, their prize money, basically their deposit amount is $2. This is called GMV, gross marketplace value. This is still not earning, this is still not revenue, because from this one, when the game is over, we will be distributing $1.6, for example, a 20% commission we take, and we distribute $1.6 to the player's pack. Is 10 minutes remaining or 10 minutes over? 10 minutes more to go. Okay, I'll make it faster. Okay, so at this point, I received $2. right? Let's say 20%. Deduct 20% from this one that you will spend on the sales or other in-game rewards to motivate the players to stay in the game, and what is remaining is 32 cents. That is your net gaming revenue with the company before the cost of acquisition and before the cost of operations. From this money, this is the cost of basically revenue from one single game. Now, thousands and millions of games are happening in your system. Calculate the money. After that, the money which is with you, you will spend some money on your user acquisition, you will spend some money on your operational activities, the remaining is your profit. Any questions here so far? You're good. Okay, and the second question that I talked about, if it involves basically two players are getting into a bet each other, then why is it not betting? Why is it not gambling, right? The answer is, it is still not gambling because, as I said, the result of the game has to be 100% based on skills of the players. If it is not, there should not be any randomness, there should not be any element of chance, there should not be any element of mathematical probabilities, right? For example, chess, 100% game of skill. The result of the game is everything is visible to the players. The result of the games is based on how you put your moves, make your moves. How is your knowledge about the actions? How do you analyze the board situation? So it's your skill at the physical level and skill at the mental level. Let's talk about poker. Is poker a game of chance or a game of skill? It's hard to say. It's in between, right? Even if it is called game of skill, there is an element of chance, right? And that is why in many countries, poker is not considered as a game of skill. In some countries it is, in some countries it is not. It's a very gray area. But on the other side, let's take a game of slots. It is 100% mathematical randomness, 100% mathematical probabilities that is creating a game of chance. Game of chance, mixed game, 100% game of skill. I think the concept of skill gaming should be clear here, right? Okay, let's quickly move on. Who plays these games? So there are some studies available. I have divided the demography into 3 groups. Basically, let's understand who's the target audience. And I'll share 2 aspects of it. One is by the income group, by the gender, by the age group. And in this next slide, I'll talk about from the mobile gaming world, from the real mobile gaming world, the players who are existing players and playing different games, who are the target audience for that? Let's understand the income group first. These games are very popular among the widest group of players around the world in the income group. Like, for example, if you look at the widest group, 33% is $25,000 to $50,000 a year earning group, followed by 50 to 75, which is covering almost 65% of the population, right? Wide population. The rest of the population are star. These games are mostly popular among the female audience. If anybody is from the social casino world here, or if they understand the population there, or the casual gaming population, it's very relevant to the female audience, right? And the third one is age group. These games are very popular among 30 plus up till 60. This is the widest audience. This is also the audience on the mobile gaming who's playing and spending a lot of money on mobile games. So that's why this chart I was telling, that these are the existing, this is basically data collected by Appenny, data.ai now. And this is the distribution chart of consumer spend on mobile games. And I have divided it into 2 sections. One section, which is this wide section, is social casino games, casual games, the match 3 games, all puzzle games are included into this. And the majority of the audience on this one is basically female dominated, 35 years of age plus. And these are the ideal target audiences for the skill games. On the other side, we have this group, which is more younger players who is mostly occupied on to playing the RPG games and strategy games and those kind of games. These audience are more suitable for the blockchain games. The next, I would say, the Generation Z guys, they are more likely to get into these kind of. But this wide portion of the existing mobile games, they are the potential target audience for casual esports. Sure. Okay, Opportunities in this skill game, buy games. When I say buy games, I looked into the top companies around the world who are operating into the skill gaming. And if I just analyze their games, they all have the most successful games, which are only card games as of now. Solitaire, bingo, those are the most popular games in all of their portfolios. That means only very limited amount of mechanics, only the card mechanics have been explored in this genre. All other mechanics as a game designer you can think of can be converted into a game of skill is an open opportunities for all the developers, right? Let's expedite. Advantages. Now we are already in previous, I don't know how many of you saw the presentation that in the previous channel Mariusz was giving. There was like slow down, not slow down, and there was a lot of debate about it, right? When in general, there is a little bit of slowdown seen into the revenues and downloads in the mobile segment, especially in the social casino world and the puzzle world, the casual world. This is an opportunity to stand out in the crowd because the games can be similar, the experience can be similar, but you can promote your games as that there is an opportunity to win cash. So the players who are already burning cash and there's no way to get it out, for them there is an opportunity. Okay, I can put some money into the game and I can get it out, right? For the same games, it's a different aesthetic. You can sell it differently. You have an opportunity to sell it out. Probably I'll need a couple of more minutes. Should be good? 3, yeah. Okay, opportunity to stand out from the count. The business model works very well with the proven classic mechanics. You don't need to worry about exploration of the new mechanics. You can just pick some mechanics, put it into the business model, boom, there's a game ready, right? Much higher LTV comparative to the social casino games or any other casual games. Limited competition as of now because there are very limited companies who are making it successful. Lots of room for innovation because the products that we saw are very basic, vanilla, very straightforward. But if these games are paired with like sophisticated features from the casino world, which is starting to happen, it's an opportunity for all the developers around there. The challenges, it is a capital-intensive business because when we are looking for cash players, it's probably one of the most expensive targeting. That's 1. 2, because you will have, it's a multiplayer game and you cannot have bots because it's the real world game, real cash. You will have to have enough liquidity in the system so that players who are coming to have somebody to match mate to, right? Otherwise, it's a broken experience. If somebody start a cash game, if there's nobody to play with, the game is gone, right? Country-specific regulations and compliances. It's a non-regulated sector, but as a developer, your responsibility, the responsibility is on you to prove that you are not gambling. And that's the challenge, that you'll have to prove that you're not gambling. And the moment you prove it, then it's a open world for you, right? Long process with the payment providers. Like, if you want to materialize 100%, then you'll have to go with like the biggest payment providers in the world. For example, PayPal in US, or some geography-specific payment providers. They have a long process. Basically, when they approve, they have their due diligences. It's a process to go on. Vigilance against frauds. When there is money, fraudsters are active, right? So you will have to put a system in place to counter them, to kill them in the game, basically, and not let them exploit the game. And last but not the least, the distribution. Only iOS allows skill games. That's why most of the successful games are only on iOS. Besides that, Samsung Galaxy Store allows them. Google Play still does not allow cash games on the Google Play stores. But hopefully, we are expecting that they will come back soon. But as of now, these are the only things. What you can do is you can host your own APKs on your websites. You can promote, and you can have the download. But it's a different ecosystem. So those are the challenges which are available here. That's mostly it from the skill gaming side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Guys,
I don't know if you have a time for questions, do we?
If there are there any questions?
Yes, please.
We see one. Yeah, we can manage that. We can see two. All right.
Hi, great presentation. I have a question about cash flow.
Yes.
When the players give you money to this application,
yes,
it's like it's a revenue already. Like you should pay taxes. Or it's like it's working like a deposit, like you something like a bank. And how to handle with this?
Yeah, so you don't pay taxes on the deposits, you pay taxes on the net profit, basically. So you don't have to worry about the taxes on the deposit. You explain the whole system, to the taxes, basically, in your reports that it's not our revenue yet, right? This money is still in the player's game account. So this is not my money yet. My money will be when players are consuming. My money as a game development company is only the percent of the rake, the commission that I've collected. And out of that, what is remaining after distributing the cash. So that's the only thing that I need to worry about. That's it. Cool. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. One other question.
Thank you for a great presentation.
Thank you.
What is which countries are you focusing on, growing those games?
So we right now are focusing on United States and English-speaking countries, but the market opportunity is available in a lot of developing countries. For example, India. I know when we look India as a market for mobile games, we look into ad revenue and IP revenue where it looks very small. But the moment you open the cash gaming business, India is already a multi-billion-dollar market in the last 2-3 years, right? So it's a massive. Similarly, Brazil is an open market. South Africa is an open market. If you have regional games, you can go ahead with. It's a massive, massive opportunity. And these, especially the developing economies, are very, very open for the cash games.
All right. Thank you.